Welcome to today's video. That little thing I was jamming there was this kind of funk thing I made in C sharp minor. Let's see, let me take off all this hoopla. This one's really cool. Today's the key of E major and the key of C sharp minor. Whenever you're working in these keys, always remember which notes are sharped, which ones are flat. In E major, you got 4 sharp notes. You got F sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and C sharp. So what that means is, say I wanted to play all those notes on one string. So I got the low E, right? If I wanted to stay diatonically, which basically means you want to stick to the key, you want to use that as your map. So I can't play this F note. We got to play F sharp. So I got to go open E, 2nd fret, F sharp, then I got G sharp, 4th fret, 5th fret, A, 7th fret, B, 9th fret, C sharp, 11th fret, D sharp, 12th fret, E. So those are all the notes out of E major. And so whenever you're doing, you're jamming over that stuff, if you make E the number 1 guy, it's gonna sound really happy. But if you make C sharp the number 1 guy, it's gonna sound really sad and dramatic. And so I chose C sharp because I just love jamming over that chord. But yeah, let me show you what I was doing. So I had the C sharp minor 7. As I added in my pinky on the, the 7th fret of the E string, high E, which is that B note, which basically just adds in that 7th again. And then I moved it down to the 2nd fret and made that a B major chord. And then I did the sus4, as I basically added in the 4th note away from B. Sometimes you see you guys do it with the D chord up here. Then I went to A major, just dropped my 1st finger down. And then I made it a major 7 by adding in that G sharp on the high E. And then I went to a G sharp major chord. Usually you'll see guys play it like this, but I always love playing it like that. It's just so much easier to hold. And I did 4 kind of staccato strums. And so after I strum it, I lift up the pressure on my hand and it kind of stops the chord. And it sounds cool because if I didn't add that in, you get that, but if you add the staccatos, it just has that cool kind of vibe to it. But yeah, man, it took me, I had to re-record this video 5 times to get that loop to sound cool. But yeah, one more time. We got C sharp minor 7. Then B major. Add in that sus4 with the pinky. B major, just got your 1st finger. Let's go back to C sharp. So C sharp minor, you got your index finger here on the 4th fret of the A. 3rd finger here on the 6th fret of the D, and then my 2nd finger is on the 5th fret of the B, and then I barred using my 1st. And so with the strums, I always love adding in these little chickas, and how you can do that is if you just take that chord shape and you just relax your hand, your fingers will still be in the same spot, but now you get all these nice muted strums. So I went down, chicka, down. I did 2 up strums when I added in that pinky. Same type of thing over for the B chord. And then for the A major chord, all I did was take my index finger and I dropped it down and I barred it across the D, G, and the B on the 2nd fret. Yeah, 2nd fret. And then I added in my pinky on the 4th fret of the high E. And then when we go to that G sharp major, you got your 1st finger here on the 4th fret of the B string. 2nd finger here on the 5th fret of the G, and then pinky and 3rd finger pinky's going to go to the D string on the 6th fret, and then third finger is going to go to the A string on the 6th fret. And then what was really cool about Hendrix is he would always use his thumb, and he would take that kind of part where it folds right here, and he put that right over the neck on that 4th fret, that root note of G, G sharp, and you just fold it over. It's pretty much the same thing as this. But then after that, I just was using C sharp minor pentatonic. C sharp minor pentatonic starts here on the 9th fret. And in the pentatonic box, what's really cool, man, is like when you first start learning the guitar, you know, you rely a lot on shapes. And one cool thing I learned is if in box 1 of the pentatonic, whenever you get down to the B string, whenever you bend this note up, it's always going to bend up to the root note of the scale. So we're in C sharp minor, so whenever I bend this up, I hit that C sharp minor, or that C sharp note on that 14th fret. And one great piece of advice that this one dude, Tim Pierce, great YouTuber, great guitar player, man, that guy shreds, is he said, like, sometimes he'll follow the chords exactly, and then other times he just plays. He just kind of just will play a lot of notes in the pentatonic, won't even follow the chords, and that's such a great piece of advice. So the first one I did is I bent up to that C sharp, and then the B chord rolled around, so I just dropped it down to the B note. And then I jumped up to the 9th fret of the B. I bent that up a half step to hit that A note there. And then I relaxed it to get that G sharp. So you got C sharp, B, A, G sharp. And then I moved it because G sharp is the 5th note in the C sharp chord. There's that G sharp in there. And so what I did there is then I kind of kept going that way. And I moved it down to this F sharp note and I bent it up to G sharp. And then I did that thing where you basically, you're not following the chords anymore, you just play in the pentatonic. But another way you can play that is down here. Here's another C sharp chord. B, A, G sharp. But not my amp. But thanks for watching. If you're watching this video, I super appreciate it. But yeah, I hope that helps. Give this video a like if it helped, and hit that subscribe button, homies. Thanks for watching. Peace out.